Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP Today. Veteran MotoGP manager Carlo Pernat has never been one to hold back his opinions, and his latest insights are no exception. From his own health struggles to the state of MotoGP in 2025, Pernat covered a range of topics in a recent interview. Above all, he dismissed claims that Ducati has taken a step backward, insisting that Gigi Dall'Igna's approach is as brilliant as ever. The MotoGP paddock is buzzing as Marc Márquez prepares to join Francesco, Pecco, Bagnaia and the Ducati factory team. With two of the sport's biggest talents sharing a garage, anticipation is high for what could be one of the most intense rivalries in recent years. Speaking to DAZN, Bagnaia shared his thoughts on Márquez, their relationship as teammates, and what to expect in 2025. Pedro Acosta's latest TV appearance has set the MotoGP world buzzing. The young Spanish rider, known for his confidence and humor, made waves with a comment about Marc Márquez that immediately split fans into two camps. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Known for his colorful personality, Pernat opened up about the health issues that have kept him away from the paddock. He admitted that being sidelined hasn't been easy. Despite his frustration, he remains optimistic. His daughter and granddaughter's visits help him stay positive, though he half-joked that if it were up to him, he'd be on the next flight to Buram. You go crazy just thinking that after so many years, I won't be at the starting line. Friends should stay calm, and enemies shouldn't rejoice. I'm not done yet. Using a racing analogy, he described himself as a bike limited to a single setup, one that struggles in bad weather but still has fight left in it. Moving to MotoGP matters, Pernat dismissed the notion that Ducati's decision to make only minor changes to GP24 was a mistake. Some critics have called it a step backward, but Pernat disagrees completely. Ducati's approach, he explained, is based on long-term vision rather than drastic changes. By refining an already dominant machine instead of overhauling it, Ducati has ensured its continued supremacy. Whoever says that hasn't understood what a genius, even a diabolical one, Gigi Dall'Igna is. This was always the plan. By the end of last season, it was clear the GP24 would only be slightly modified. When asked about the 2025 title race, Pernat was clear. Marc Márquez and Pecco Bagnaia are still ahead of the rest. He pointed out that the winter tests reaffirmed Ducati's dominance, with no other manufacturer closing the gap significantly. While Ducati remains stable, other manufacturers are facing bigger hurdles, especially KTM. Pernat was critical of the RC16's rigidity, which he says wears out tires too quickly. For Enea Bastianini, who is adjusting to new riding habits, the adaptation process won't be instant. Pernat warned that without further investment, KTM riders will have to work with what they have. The bike is too stiff and destroys the tires. If nothing new comes, Enea and Pigiamino will just have to make do. Not all teams are struggling, though. Pernat is optimistic about Marco Bezzecchi, who showed impressive progress in winter testing. In Sepang and especially in Buram, he had that look, the one riders get when they make that extra click. He also mentioned Jorge Martin as a wildcard, noting that despite some health struggles, the Spaniard remains a strong championship contender. Carlo Pernat's sharp insights paint a clear picture. Ducati is not slowing down, the battle for the title remains fierce, and the competition must step up if they hope to challenge Bagnaia and Marquez. While the season is just beginning, Pernat's predictions suggest that some riders may already have the edge. With Marquez now wearing Ducati red, many have speculated about the relationship between him and Bagnaia. However, it's clear that their rivalry will be one of mutual respect rather than hostility. Bagnaia emphasized that while the competition will be fierce, maintaining respect is key to ensuring a healthy team environment. Marc is my teammate, just like Bastianini and Miller were before. We both want to win, and that's normal. The most important thing is to keep that respect between us, from now until the day we are no longer teammates. Despite their differences, both riders understand that internal conflicts could hurt their chances at the title. One aspect of Márquez's riding that stands out to Bagnaia is his extraordinary ability in left-hand corners. The Italian admitted that Márquez has a unique technique that no other rider has been able to replicate. Marc does something different from everyone else in left-hand corners. I will never know his secret. This acknowledgement shows not just admiration, but also Bagnaia's willingness to analyze Márquez's strengths and use them as motivation to refine his own riding. Given the intensity of MotoGP competition, comparisons have already been drawn between Bagnaia and Márquez's relationship and legendary rivalries like Ayrton Senna versus Alain Prost in Formula One. However, Bagnaia quickly dismissed the idea of an internal war. Instead, he sees their common goal, winning, as a unifying factor. People compare me to Prost, but I'm not like him. I don't hold on to things, I forget and move on. If we start fighting over everything, it will only hurt us. When you have two riders like us who both want to win everything, it can either be perfect or a complete disaster. Bagnaia hopes they can push each other in a productive way rather than letting tensions spiral out of control. A former protege of Valentino Rossi, Bagnaia still receives advice from his mentor. One of the most valuable lessons Rossi has shared is the importance of stacking up race wins to build a championship cushion. He told me to win 1 or 2 more races, so that if I crash, I still have extra wins to fall back on. This reflects Rossi's strategic mindset. Consistency and victories are the keys to securing the title. Bagnaia knows that in a long season, even the best riders will face setbacks, so maximizing wins is essential. Last year, Márquez showed flashes of brilliance despite riding a less competitive Honda. Now, with the same machinery and team as Bagnaia, the fight between them will be much more balanced. Bagnaia recognizes that this competition will not only make for an exciting season but will also push both riders to new heights. What Marc did last year was impressive. Now that we have the same bike and team, the battle will be even closer. It will be great for the fans following the season. The stage is set for a thrilling duel within the Ducati garage, and MotoGP 2025 is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated seasons in recent history. With two of the fastest riders in the world sharing the same bike, Ducati finds itself in an enviable yet delicate position. Bagnaia and Márquez are both determined to win, and how they manage their rivalry will play a crucial role in the championship outcome. Will they elevate each other to new levels, or will tensions flare as the stakes get higher? The answer will unfold when the lights go out for the first race of 2025. Acosta was the star guest on La Revuelta, Spain's primetime talk show, and his appearance didn't disappoint. The show drew 1.87 million viewers, edging out El Hormiguero, which earlier in the week featured Marc Márquez and attracted 1.81 million. The 20-year-old stayed true to his usual personality, direct, humorous, and unmistakably Mercian. His family, including his parents, grandmother, and friends, were in the audience, adding to the relaxed atmosphere. When asked about his finances, Acosta dodged the question with a joke. "I don't know, I give the money to my parents, they keep it. But I could buy my father's boat." The comment, referencing his father's career as a fisherman in Porto de Mazaran, showed Acosta's grounded nature despite his rising stardom. The light-hearted interview took a dramatic turn when host David Brancano asked about Acosta's relationships with his fellow MotoGP riders. When talking about Jorge Martín, the reigning world champion, Acosta kept it casual. "I get along better with Martín, but I tried to keep the relationship minimal. I like him, but without feelings." But the moment that truly lit up social media came when he was asked about Marc Márquez. Acosta's response? "Who?" The reaction in the studio was a mix of laughter and shock, while online, MotoGP fans erupted. Some saw it as playful banter, others as a sign of disrespect toward the 8-time world champion. Whatever the intent, the comment instantly created a rivalry that hadn't really existed before. Comparisons between Márquez and Acosta have been inevitable, given their aggressive riding styles and rapid rise to stardom. But until now, there was little direct tension between them, largely due to their age difference. That may be about to change. With the season opener in Thailand just days away, the first press conference of the year will take place on Thursday. Given the buzz surrounding Acosta's remarks, MotoGP organizers will likely ensure he and Márquez are seated together, setting the stage for a heated exchange before they even hit the track. We'll see if Acosta can back up his words with results, one fan posted online. With the Thai Grand Prix kicking off on February 28th, the first battle between Acosta and Márquez may have already begun, before a single lap has been completed. Pedro Acosta's bold personality has never gone unnoticed, but his latest remark has added a whole new layer to the 2025 season. Will this turn into a genuine rivalry with Marc Márquez, or was it just playful banter? The answer may come sooner than expected in Buram. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. See you next time.